again. Welcome. So excited that you are here. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Julia and I help women end the battle with their bodies and their inner critics so they can step into their confidence, their true self-worth, and kill it in every single area of their lives. So I am thrilled to be with you today. We're going to learn the most powerful technique that I've ever learned to reduce your anxiety and stress and just make that all dissolve. Okay, right in a couple minutes. And I promise you, this technique has actually been life-changing in my life. I've shared about it in other videos, and I want you to experience right here, right now. So we're gonna learn this technique to interrupt your stress response. So if you're someone who's struggling with anxiety or stress, and you need some relief right away, this is going to be the technique for you, and it only takes a couple minutes. So this technique is called EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques, and EFT is otherwise known as tapping. So I could go into all the details of the science, and I'm happy to do that, but I often get so excited and carried away that then the video is 30 minutes long and I haven't actually taught you the technique. So in short, EFT, otherwise known as tapping, is an incredible technique that is a combination of many different things all put into one. So we utilize some cognitive behavioral therapy in there. We are working with energy psychology. We are working with acupressure, which actually works on our meridian and energy system. And most importantly, what this technique will do is shift your sympathetic system into the parasympathetic. So instead of being in the fight or flight, we're going to shift you into the rest and digest system. So as we know, stress, so emotional stress, physical stress, when our minds are running a million miles a minute and we're just feeling this overwhelming sense of stress, what happens is that we are in that fight or flight system and our body doesn't know how to shut down. So your sleep will be interrupted. You won't have a lot of parts of your brain accessible because when we're in stress, it shuts off many parts of the brain, which are responsible for problem solving, higher order reasoning, imagination, creativity. And that's why when we're stressed, we just feel like you don't even know what to do. And it feels like most of your brain isn't even functioning. And that's actually true. Not to mention, stress will increase your blood sugar levels. It will downregulate your metabolism and a whole other bunch of things that you know very well. So by using this technique, which is literally tapping on 9 points of the body, we have scientific evidence that these 9 points, by tapping on them, we're sending signals to the body, to the brain, to actually calm down and to shift into that rest and digest state, which instantly allows you to feel relief from stress and anxiety. So there are many different levels of this EFT technique, and this technique here of simply tapping through the points is what we like to call level 1, so bronze tapping, where we are not using any words. You'll see a lot of different evolutions of tapping where we start to integrate words, and what I want to share with you is that this simple 5-minute technique right here is so powerful, and you don't need to venture into any words yet until you feel ready and until you're really certain that the person you're learning from is accredited or someone credible that you can learn from and that those words speak to you, because when we use tapping with words, we can lead into some difficulty, which I'll explain at another time. Let's just get into the technique. So let's do this. All you need to do is to choose whichever hand that you want to work with, and we're going to start tapping on point number 1, which is the side of hand. So you can just follow along with me, and you're going to start tapping on the side of the hand. It's that fleshy part of the hand, and we're just going to tap 5 to 8 taps. We've done more by now, but that's okay. Once you get the hang of this, you're just going to float on, and you're not going to need to count how many times you're tapping. Okay, point number 2, you're going to go right between the eyebrows, right here. Okay, so just 2 fingers if you want, just right between the eyebrows. You can use either finger just like this, or just one hand. Point number 3, side of the eye. Just right there. Point number 4, we're going to go under the eye, so it's just underneath. You'll feel it on the bone, so we're tracing kind of that occipital bone there. Point number 3, under the nose. Point number 4, okay, and then we go, next point is under, it's just on the chin, super easy. Most of us have a little divot there, works quite nicely. Next point, we're gonna go collarbones. So it can go just in the fleshy part right here. You have a bone, 2 collarbones, obviously. You're gonna go right underneath them. And I like to use 2 hands because I think it feels really nice and calming. You can use 1 hand and just open your palm and do that. Now we're gonna go underneath the arm. So it's just on your bra strap line if you wear a bra. If not, just right underneath your armpit, about 4 to 5 inches. And the last point we have is the top of the head. So if you imagine you had strings coming out of the top of your head like a puppet, just tap on the top of the head. Okay, awesome. We've done 1 round. Let's just keep going. We'll start right back at the beginning. And so once you get the hang of this, you can just close your eyes and tap right through the points. You can put on a soothing song and tap throughout the song. But I want you to try and do this for 5 minutes continuously, just tapping. Some of you will notice that you'll start yawning. You might cough. You might have a little laugh. And you might just notice your body starting to melt and calm down, and that is because, once again, those are all signs that we're turning into the parasympathetic system. And the more that we can do this, the more that we can regulate ourselves, the more that we can be our true, most authentic selves, because stress just eats away parts of who we really are, and nobody really likes stress. So this is truly the #1 technique that I've learned in my life for decreasing anxiety, stress, anything on the lower vibrational chart of emotions. This will really support you to reduce those feelings. And as a nice little test, you could always write down at the beginning what your level of intensity on a level of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely intense, 1 being not at all. How strong is that stress you're feeling or anxiety or the emotion you're feeling? And after you do about 5 minutes of continuous tapping through these points like we're doing right now, just come back to that and notice if it's shifted. A lot of my clients like to do this before bed because it is very calming and really helps you start to slow down those brain waves, those thought patterns, that inner critic, and just lets you come back to who you really are. So we've done about 3 to 4 rounds now, and that's been a couple minutes. So again, all you need to do is to you can set a timer on your phone, you can choose a song that you love to listen to, start tapping through those points, 5 to 8 taps per point. There are those 8 points, and you'll find you might like one more than the other. You might find you really love the collarbone, and so you want to spend a couple extra taps there. That's totally okay. This is a very intuitive process. These are just the 8 points that are scientifically proven to create that reaction in the body that sends signals to your brain to reduce your stress response, turn it off, and then actually move into the rest and digest system, our parasympathetic, and that is when all the magic happens. So I really hope that you try that out and let me know how it goes. I've honestly received incredible feedback from people trying this simple 5-minute exercise in terms of their anxiety, their sleep, and how they're feeling overall. And there are so many branches in the wonderful world of tapping that I will be sharing more with you, but this is gold. So I want you to try this one out. And again, let me know in the comments below, how did it go? And if you are really wanting to dive a little bit deeper, you can tune into my free video training, which is 3 ways to overcome your inner critic, because that is a big form of stress for us all. So that is below. And if you're ready to work at a deeper level and you're truly ready to start overcoming some of these stresses, these stories in your mind that are keeping you sick, particularly when it comes to your body image and your self-worth and confidence, I am so here for you. I'd love to support you. You can always book a free call with me and we can explore how we can really change your life. And that information is all below. I have an amazing breakthrough program for you, and I would love to share more with you about that, so you can go ahead and find more info about that below. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Sending you so much love and light. Thank you again for tuning in, and go beat that stress. Bye. I see you, I feel you, and I've been through it all. And you're not going to be alone anymore. So why I started Brazen Soul Rebellion is because the thing I am most passionate about in this whole entire world is you stepping into your unlimited power. I spent so long looking for self-worth outside of myself. I spent so long living in shame and isolation based on all the experiences I had been through. We all go through shit, so instead of hiding behind it, let's just embrace it and celebrate the fact that we are all unique based on what we go through. Why it's called Soul Rebellion is because for me, tapping into your soul is the most important thing you can do to find that guidance for yourself. I'm here to support you in getting to that next place. And this is all about you stepping into your power so you become so unstoppable that you don't even know what to do with it. So what do you think? You ready to be a rebel? Let's go.